Hello, friends. Right now, in 2026, scammers are stealing Social Security checks from seniors across the country, and the methods they are using have changed in a way that makes them genuinely more dangerous than anything most people have encountered before. Not because the targets are careless, not because they are not paying attention, but because the technology being used against them has crossed a line that most people do not realize has been crossed. The voices sound real. The phone numbers look legitimate. The urgency feels completely believable. And the window between receiving the call and losing the money can be less than 5 minutes. Today I am walking through exactly how these schemes work in 2026, the specific tactics being used right now, and the precise steps you can take today to make sure your benefit stays protected. Before we get into it, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. I cover threats like these specifically because the SSA does not call you when a new scam starts circulating. The FTC does not send you a personal warning. By the time most people hear about a scheme through the news or from a neighbor, it has already taken money from thousands of people. The people subscribed here find out about these things while there is still time to set up protection. The ones who are not subscribed tend to find out after the call has already come. Hit subscribe and let's get into it. The first thing you need to understand is the scale of what is happening right now. The Social Security Administration is the single most impersonated federal agency in the United States. In 2025, the FTC received over 330,000 government impersonation complaints, a 25% increase in a single year. Reported losses among adults 60 and older reached $445 million in 2024, up from $55 million in 2020. That is an 8-fold increase in 4 years. And those are only the cases that were actually reported. The FTC estimates the true total, accounting for everything that goes unreported out of embarrassment or confusion, is somewhere between $10 billion and $81 billion annually. These are not isolated incidents. This is a coordinated, organized, and rapidly growing industry that specifically targets Social Security recipients, specifically because the money arrives on a predictable schedule, and because many recipients live alone without anyone checking on their financial decisions in real time. The second thing you need to understand is how the phone call scam works, because while most people have heard the basic version, the version being used right now is more sophisticated than what circulated a few years ago. The traditional version of this scam goes like this. Someone calls claiming your Social Security number has been suspended due to suspicious activity. There is a warrant out for your arrest. You need to verify your identity or pay immediately to resolve the situation. The SSA does not work this way. It does not suspend Social Security numbers. It does not threaten arrest by phone. It does not demand immediate payment of any kind. If you receive a call like that, hang up immediately. Do not press any number to speak to an operator. Do not stay on the line to explain yourself. Hang up. That part of the guidance has not changed. What has changed is everything else around it. The third and most critical thing to understand in 2026 is AI voice cloning, because this is what has fundamentally changed the rules. Using as little as 3 seconds of audio pulled from a Facebook video, an Instagram post, a voicemail greeting, or even a brief phone call designed specifically to get you to say certain words, scammers can now clone a voice completely. The pitch, the tone, the cadence, the specific way your granddaughter says your name, the way your grandson laughs, all of it. A McAfee study of 7,000 people across multiple countries found that 1 in 4 had already encountered an AI voice scam or personally knew someone who had. Academic research published in 2026 confirmed that most people, when asked to distinguish between an AI-generated voice call and a real one, got it wrong and were actually more confident in the wrong answers than in the correct ones. That is not a small finding. It means your ears cannot protect you the way you believe they can. Here is exactly how it plays out. Your phone rings. It is your grandson's voice, completely unmistakably his. He sounds frightened. He says he has been in an accident, or arrested, or is in a hospital in another city. He begs you not to tell his parents yet. He needs money sent immediately to cover bail or medical costs or to get home. The voice is identical. The fear sounds completely real. And the time between hearing that call and the moment you send money can be under 5 minutes. Adults 60 and older account for 43% of total AI fraud losses. Documented individual losses range from $500 to $15,000 per incident. And some victims have drained retirement accounts or taken out loans trying to help a family member who was never actually in any trouble at all. The protection against this specific threat is simple, but it only works if you set it up before the call comes. Agree on a family safe word right now. A word or a short phrase that only your actual family members would know, that would never appear in a social media post or a public video, and that you all commit to using anytime someone calls in distress. If you receive a frightening call from someone claiming to be a family member, ask for the safe word. A scammer working with a cloned voice will not know it. Your real family member will. And if there is any doubt at all, even after the safe word is given, hang up and call that person back directly on the number you already have saved for them. If they answer normally, the call you received was a scam. Do not wait to set this up. Do it today, before the call ever comes, because during the call is too late to think clearly. The fourth threat involves your direct deposit information, and this one is tied directly to a rule change the SSA made in 2025 that most people still do not know about. As of March 31st, 2025, you can no longer change your Social Security direct deposit banking information over the phone. That option is permanently gone. The SSA removed it because 40% of all direct deposit fraud cases, the cases where scammers successfully redirect your monthly benefit to an account they control, began with a phone call where someone impersonated the account holder and requested a banking change. Roughly 70,000 of those requests were being flagged as suspicious every single year. The agency decided the phone channel was too easy to exploit and eliminated it entirely. What this means for you is that if you ever need to update your banking information for any reason, your bank closed your account, your card expired, you changed banks, anything at all, you now have exactly two options. You can update it online through your My Social Security account at ssa.gov, which requires identity verification through that account. Or you can go in person to your nearest Social Security field office and verify your identity directly. Phone is no longer an option under any circumstances. And here is what makes this dangerous. Most Social Security recipients still do not know this rule changed. They believe that if something goes wrong with their banking information, they can call the 800 number and sort it out the way they always have. They cannot. And scammers know that. Which means if someone calls you claiming to be from the SSA and saying they need to update your banking information over the phone, they are not from the SSA. They are attempting to redirect your benefit to their own account. Hang up. The SSA will never call you to request banking changes over the phone. That channel does not exist anymore. The fifth step, and the one that protects you from all of these threats at once, is getting your My Social Security account set up at ssa.gov right now while there is no pressure and no emergency forcing your hand. That account lets you check your payment status, review your earnings history, manage your benefit information, and update banking details if needed, all without waiting on hold or making a trip to an office. The identity verification process to create the account takes about 15 minutes under normal conditions. Having it active before you ever need it is the difference between resolving a problem in a single afternoon and spending weeks trying to recover a payment that has already been redirected or rejected. Here is the full summary. Government impersonation scams targeting Social Security recipients are at an all-time high in both volume and sophistication. AI voice cloning technology can replicate the voice of someone you love using 3 seconds of audio, and research confirms that most people cannot detect it with their ears alone. Set up a family safe word today, before any call comes. The phone option for changing your direct deposit is permanently gone, and anyone calling to request that change is attempting fraud. And your My Social Security account at ssa.gov is your single most important tool for staying protected and in control of your own benefit. Set it up today. Subscribe, share this with someone you know who is on Social Security, and I'll see you in the next one.